In the profound stillness of the psyche, there are moments when a silence is not merely a lack of sound, but a heavy, pregnant state of transition. You may feel as though you are standing in a total void, waiting for a word or a gesture from someone who has remained enigmatically distant. But I must tell you that in the realm of depth psychology, silence is often the most active of all states. Right now, in the deepest, most private chambers of another person's mind, a monumental decision is being weighed. It is a decision that involves you, yet it is fundamentally a decision about the very structure of their own soul. They are standing at a psychological crossroads where the ego, with its desperate need for safety and predictability, is finally being confronted by the insistent demands of the unconscious. This is the paradox of our existence. We believe we are free actors in a world of conscious choices, yet we are often mere spectators to a drama written in the shadows of our own history. This person is currently grappling with a mirror that you have held up to them, a mirror they have spent a lifetime trying to avoid. They are deciding whether to step into the terrifying light of self-awareness or to retreat once more into the numbing comfort of their defenses. What you perceive as absence or indecision is, in reality, a fierce battle between the persona they show the world and the authentic self that you have inadvertently awakened. To understand the weight of this decision, we must first look at the mechanism of the ego. The ego is a small, flickering lamp in a vast and dark forest. Its primary function is to protect us, to keep us functioning in a predictable social reality. For this person, you represent a disruption to that artificial order. You are a catalyst for the unconscious, a reminder of the unlived life that they have suppressed for years. When they met you, they did not simply see a person. They encountered an archetype. You became a vessel for their own anima or animus, that internal image of the contrasexual other that represents the path to wholeness. In your presence, their carefully constructed world began to fray at the edges. They felt a vitality, a depth, and an intensity that they had long ago judged as dangerous or impossible. Now, as they sit in the quietude of their own thoughts, they are replaying every moment of that encounter. They are trying to reconcile the safety of their current life with the vibrant, unsettling possibility of a life shared with you. They are making a decision that is less about whether you are the right person and more about whether they are brave enough to face the person they become when they are with you. This internal dialogue is not happening in a vacuum. It is influenced by the weight of everything they have ever pushed aside. We must speak of the shadow, for it is the invisible guest in every human interaction. The shadow is that part of the personality which has been denied, suppressed, and cast into the darkness of the unconscious because it did not fit the image we wish to maintain. For this person, their shadow is currently screaming in the silence. They have likely spent a lifetime convincing themselves that they are self-sufficient, or perhaps that they are incapable of deep emotional vulnerability. But you have touched a nerve in that hidden landscape. By existing, you have forced them to acknowledge their own need for connection, their own capacity for longing, and their own buried fears of inadequacy. Every time they think of reaching out to you, their ego defenses spring into action like soldiers guarding a fortress. These defenses are not meant to hurt you. They are meant to save the person from the overwhelming task of self-reflection. They are deciding right now if they can survive the collapse of their old identity. To choose you is to choose to see the parts of themselves they find unacceptable. It is to admit that they are not as in control as they once believed. This is the source of the tension you feel. It is the friction of a soul attempting to outgrow its own skin. Consider the phenomenon of projection, which is the most common and most powerful of all psychological mechanisms. We do not see others as they are. We see them as we are. When this person looks toward you, they are looking through a veil of their own history. They are projecting onto you the faces of their past, the parents who were emotionally unavailable, the lovers who betrayed them, the parts of themselves they have discarded. This decision they are making is a struggle to withdraw those projections, to stop treating you as a character in their old drama, and to finally recognize you as a separate human being. But to withdraw a projection is a painful act. It requires us to take back the darkness and the light we have cast onto others. Right now, they are asking themselves if they have the strength to own their own wounds instead of making you the cause of them. They are wondering if they can be honest enough to say, "The fear I feel is mine, not yours." Until they can do this, their decision will remain suspended in the air. They are caught in a repetition compulsion, a deep-seated urge to recreate the familiar pain of the past in hopes of mastering it this time. You are the opportunity for them to break that cycle, but breaking a cycle feels like an act of treason against one's own history. There is a deep responsibility in being the catalyst for another's awakening. You may find yourself waiting with a sense of urgency, wondering why they cannot simply see what is so clear to you. But we must remember that the psyche has its own timing, its own seasons of growth and decay. One cannot force the flower of consciousness to bloom before its time. This person is currently in a state of incubation. They are experiencing what I have often called the negredo, the dark night of the soul, where everything feels black and chaotic. They are looking at the structure of their life and realizing that while it may be stable, it is also stagnant. They are noticing that the distractions they once found satisfying now feel hollow and thin. Your absence has created a space where the truth can finally be heard. It is a psychological law that whatever we push away from our awareness will eventually return to us in the form of fate. They are realizing that you are a part of their fate that they can no longer avoid. They are making a decision about whether they will accept the challenge of individuation or whether they will remain a fragment of a person living a life of quiet desperation. The ego often mistakes silence for power, but in truth, it is often a sign of total possession by the shadow. This person may act as though they are indifferent, as though they have moved on with ease, but this is merely the persona, the mask of the survivor. Beneath that mask, they are dealing with a profound sense of insecurity. To love someone deeply is to grant them the power to destroy you. For someone who has experienced trauma or neglect, this is an unacceptable risk. They are deciding if they can trust the universe enough to let down their guard. They are looking at the way you carry yourself, the way you have found your own grounding, and they feel a mixture of envy and admiration. You have become a beacon for them, a proof that one can be both vulnerable and strong. This makes them feel their own weakness more acutely. They are asking if they are worthy of the depth you offer. They are wondering if they can ever be the person this connection demands. This is the silent battle of the soul, the desire to be whole competing with the fear of being seen. In the process of this deep inner work, they are forced to examine their own archetypal attachments. We must consider the role of the archetypes in this dynamic. In the collective unconscious, there are ancient patterns of the seeker, the orphan, the lover, and the protector. This person is currently being moved by these forces. They are trapped in the role of the orphan, the one who believes they must survive alone because the world is inherently unsafe. You are calling them toward the archetype of the lover, which requires a surrender of the isolated ego. The decision they are making is a transition between these two states of being. It is a metamorphosis that cannot be rushed. Every day they stay away, they are testing their own endurance. They are seeing if they can truly live without the meaning you brought into their world. And every day, they are finding that the answer is increasingly negative. The silence is not a lack of movement, it is the building of pressure. Like a dam that is eventually breached by the sheer weight of the water, their defenses are beginning to show cracks. They are reaching the point where the pain of staying the same is finally exceeding the pain of changing. Your own role in this? Drama is equally important, for you are also undergoing a process of individuation. By being forced into this space of waiting and uncertainty, you are being asked to find your own center. You must learn to hold the tension of the opposites, to love this person while simultaneously letting them go. This is the highest form of spiritual discipline. You must not become a beggar for their attention, for a beggar can never be a partner. You must become a person who is so grounded in their own self-knowledge that the decision of another cannot shake your fundamental worth. When you stop waiting, when you stop projecting your own needs onto them, you actually create the psychological space they need to move forward. As long as you are chasing, they will continue to run, for the chase provides them with the illusion of control. But when you stand still, when you occupy your own soul with absolute presence, they are forced to confront the distance themselves. They see then that you are not a piety, prized to be won at their convenience, but a reality they must rise to meet. To go deeper into the nature of this person's struggle, we must recognize that their decision is being filtered through the lens of their unresolved trauma. Let us think deeply about the nature of trauma and how it constricts the heart. Most people move through life as a collection of survival strategies that they have mistaken for a personality. This person is no different. Their hesitation is not a choice made in the present. It is an echo of a choice made in the past to protect themselves from a world that did not see them. When you see them clearly, you are inadvertently attacking those survival strategies. You are telling them that they are safe, but their nervous system remembers otherwise. Their decision right now is a process of unlearning. They are looking at their childhood, their previous failures, and their deeply held beliefs about their own unlovability. They are deciding if they can believe in a new narrative. This is a task of immense proportions. It is like asking a person to walk through a door when they have been told for 40 years that there is a cliff on the other side. They are standing at the threshold, looking at you, looking at the door, and looking at the cliff of their own imagination. There is a sacredness in this struggle that we must respect. It is easy to label someone as avoidant or cold, but from the perspective of depth psychology, we see a human being trying to navigate the terrifying waters of the unconscious. They are reevaluating their relationship with power and vulnerability. They are asking if they can be a partner instead of a protector or a victim. They are wondering if they have enough integrity to show up for you consistently. They know that you are not someone who will accept a half-life. They know that to be in your world, they must be fully present. This is why they are taking their time. They are checking their own foundations. They are asking if they have the internal resources to build something that will last. It is better that they hesitate now and build their strength than that they rush forward and collapse at the first sign of trouble. The decision is being finalized in the silence, and it is a decision to be real. As the energy of this connection reaches its peak, the external world will inevitably reflect the internal shift. Jung spoke of synchronicity, those meaningful coincidences where the outer world aligns with the inner state. You may begin to see small signs, subtle movements, or sudden shifts in the atmosphere. These are not magic. They are the result of a psychological field that has reached its saturation point. The decision this person is making is radiating outward. They are starting to change the way they speak, the way they work, and the way they move through their days. They are clearing the space for you, even if they haven't told you yet. They are dismantling the old structures of their life to make room for the new. This is the work of the soul, the slow, painstaking process of building a container large enough to hold the truth. It is a terrifying ordeal, the breaking down of the old self to allow for the emergence of the new. In this moment of transition, I invite you to reflect on your own journey. How has this person's indecision served your own growth? What have you discovered about your own capacity for patience, for self-love, and for holding your own light? You have become a person who no longer needs the validation of the other to know who you are. This is the true meaning of meaning. You have transformed a painful experience into a path of self-discovery. You have made the conscious choice to stay in your own power, and that is a victory that no one can take from you. Whether this person chooses to step forward today or tomorrow, they are already changed by having known you. They can never go back to being the person they were before. They have been touched by the infinite, and the infinite is a very difficult thing to ignore. It is a slow, methodical dissolution of the persona. This person is beginning to realize that the silence they used as a shield has actually become a mirror. Every day they spend apart from you, they are seeing their own reflection more clearly. They are seeing their own cowardice, their own longing, and their own potential for greatness. They are realizing that life is not a dress rehearsal. and that every moment spent in fear is a moment of life lost. They are feeling a sense of urgency that they cannot explain. It is the pressure of the soul demanding to be lived. They are looking at the clock of their life and realizing that they do not want to reach the end and wonder, what if? This is the catalyst for the final decision. It is the recognition that the safety of the ego is a hollow victory compared to the richness of the soul. They are realizing that to be fully human, one must be willing to be fully broken and then remade. The decision is not merely about an interpersonal connection. It is a decision about their relationship to existence itself. Are they a victim of their past or a co-creator of their future? This is the question that keeps them awake at night. They are realizing that they have used you as a screen upon which they projected all their unfulfilled potential. But as the projections fade, as they must, they are left with the reality of who you are and who they are. This is the moment of choice. Many flee at this stage, terrified of the responsibility of a real relationship, but this person has already fled many times. They are realizing that there is nowhere left to run. Every road leads back to the self. Every silence leads back to the heart. They are finally beginning to understand that to choose you is not to lose themselves, but to find themselves for the very first time. The psychological weight of this realization is immense. It involves a total restructuring of their inner world. They are having to admit to themselves that they were wrong. Wrong about their need for you, wrong about their ability to be alone, and wrong about the nature of their own fear. To admit error is one of the ego's greatest hurdles. It requires a humility that can only be found in the depths of suffering. This person has suffered in the silence. They have felt the emptiness of their own defenses. They have looked into the void and seen that it does not provide comfort, only a cold and sterile isolation. This is what is driving them forward now. Not a whim, not a romantic fantasy, but a desperate, vital need for reality. They are hungry for the truth of human connection. In the final stages of this decision-making process, there is a sense of quietude. The battle has mostly been fought. The ego has put up its resistance and found that its old tricks no longer work. The shadow has been confronted and its message has been heard. What remains is a quiet, steady realization. They are preparing the words. They are thinking of how to bridge the gap without losing the dignity they have fought to maintain. They are looking for a way to say, "I am here," in a way that honors the journey you have both taken. This is a moment of profound vulnerability. They are terrified of your power, of the way you might reject the version of them that is finally being honest, but they are moving forward anyway. This is the true meaning of courage, moving toward the fear because the alternative is no longer livable. We must also acknowledge the collective nature of this experience. Many are going through similar cycles of awakening. The world is currently in a state of high psychological tension, and these personal dramas are part of a larger movement toward consciousness. By doing this work, by staying in your own peace and observing this process with a grounded mind, you are contributing to the collective healing. You are showing that it is possible to endure uncertainty without falling into despair. You are demonstrating that self-knowledge is the ultimate anchor. This person feels that strength in you. It is what draws them back, like a sailor guided by a distant, steady lighthouse in a storm. They aren't looking for someone to save them. They are looking for someone who has saved themselves. As we move toward the conclusion of this reflection, I want to remind you that the most important relationship you will ever have is the one you have with your own unconscious. The work you do within yourself is the only work that is truly lasting. If this exploration of the deep forces at play in our connections has resonated with you, if it has provided a sense of grounding and clarity in a time of uncertainty, I invite you to support this channel. By liking this video and subscribing to Psyche and Meaning, you help us continue to provide a space for thoughtful psychological exploration in a world that is often too fast and too shallow. Your engagement allows these insights to reach others who are also seeking to understand the hidden language of the psyche. We are all travelers on this journey toward the self, and it is in these shared reflections that we find the strength to continue. The decision is being made. It is happening in the quiet moments between breaths, in the dreams that visit them in the night, and in the sudden flashes of insight that disrupt their daily routine. They are moving from a state of maybe to a state of yes. They are choosing to be real. They are choosing to face the shadow. They are choosing you, because in choosing you, they are finally choosing themselves. But do not wait at the door. Continue to walk your own path, for it is your movement that is guiding them home. Your strength is the light they are following through the dark. When the silence finally breaks, it will not be with a whisper of excuses, but with a roar of truth. Trust the psyche, trust the timing of the soul, and above all, trust yourself. The resolution is arriving, not as a message from the stars, but as a victory of the human spirit over its own fear. Stay reflective, stay grounded, and stay conscious. The path to meaning is always found within. The decision is final. The transformation is complete. The work of the heart is never truly finished, but a new chapter is beginning. You are ready for whatever comes because you are finally at peace with the silence. This peace is not a passive state. It is an active, vibrant participation in your own life. You have learned that the presence or absence of another does not define the core of your being. You have discovered that the meaning of your life is not a destination, but the quality of your attention to the present moment. This person is sensing that in you. They are seeing that you are no longer a person who is searching, but a person who is found. And that is the most magnetic quality in existence. They are coming to you to share in that wholeness, to see if their own fragments can find a place in the light you have created. It is a beautiful and terrifying prospect. They are making the final preparations. The wall is coming down. The truth is coming out. You have already won because you found your own soul in the wait. Stay reflective, stay wise. The path of meaning is open before you.